Welcome to the third of 3 road trips through Andorra. These are 3 routes, each one lasting 1 day, in which we will take you to some of the most interesting places in the country. A clarification, the roads in Andorra have different identifications, sometimes with numbers, sometimes with names, sometimes with both. A GPS or Google Maps, if you have internet access, and don't forget to check what we said about the use of internet in Andorra in our general guide to the country, will be of great help, as well as the images you will see in the video. We have a video dedicated to the main attractions of Andorra, in which we present them in detail. When an attraction visited along this route by car appears in the video, we will only mention it briefly. For more details, be sure to watch the video about the attractions. So let's jump in the car, take a look at the road trip summary and hit the road. We wanted to start the third road trip high above Andorra, at 2,700 meters above sea level, at the amazing Mirador Solar de Tristaina, the Tristaina Solar Viewpoint. To get there, you have to drive to the end of the Ordino Valley, take the Tristaina cable car, then the Creusans chairlift, and walk for about 20 minutes. In the video on the attractions of Andorra, you will see a step-by-step guide of how to get to the viewpoint. As you will spend between 2 and 3 hours going up and coming down, we recommend that you arrive at the parking lot at the end of the valley no later than 9 a.m. so you have enough time to complete the rest of the road trip. Now, if you do not think you can face the climb, start the road trip at the end of the valley as well. It is very nice, but you can drive up later, arriving between 10 and 11 a.m. After coming down from the viewpoint, back in the parking lot begins the first section of today's road trip. We leave the parking lot and begin the descent along the CG3 road that cuts through the valley of Ordino, the very same road you use to reach the starting point of the road trip early in the morning. Ordino is one of the most beautiful valleys of Andorra, among other things because it still retains its unspoiled character. The buildings that have taken over the mountain slopes in so many other parts of Andorra have not yet arrived here, and we hope they will never do. The fact that UNESCO designated the Ordino Valley as a biosphere reserve in 2020 should help this preservation. Arriving at El Serrat on a sharp bend to the right, we will look for the small parking lot on the left that we show in the video. We will make a quick stop to admire the beautiful waterfalls of El Serrat, with the waters of the Valira del Nord River flowing down from the mountains. Back on the road, our next stop is less than 3 kilometers away on the left side of the road with free parking. We are going to walk along the Ruta del Ferro, a nature trail that brings us closer to the mining past of the region and allows us to contemplate numerous works of art. It is a quiet walk, and in the video on the essential places of Andorra, you will find all the details. The pleasant Brasseria Laneo restaurant is right in front of the parking lot, and for convenience we decided to eat there. There is no set menu, you order a la carte. We ate a sensational provolone cheese with sobrasada, which is a typical cured meat from Spain, a grilled piece of veal and a pork rib, ingredients of the highest quality and delicious flavor. Back to the car to continue the road trip. Soon we will pass through Yorts, a small village with beautiful stone houses. Do not forget to take a look. Less than 3 kilometers away, we'll stop in La Cortinada for a quick visit to the church of San Martí de la Cortinada, a 12th century Romanesque temple that was later enlarged. Like other churches in Andorra, if you visit it in July and August, you will find it open with a guide who will explain the small church to you. The interior of the church is very interesting. Back to the car, we're going to drive through the villages of Ordino first and La Massana later, without stopping. From La Massana, we will head towards Pal Arinsal. Now we will take the CG4 and later the CG5 roads, always in the direction of the bottom of the valley. It is a road going up the whole way, which crosses many urbanized areas of the valley, in clear contrast with the valley of Ordino. When the road crosses Arinsal and makes a sharp left turn, you will see a tunnel on the right through which we will enter. We will make a quick stop to see the beautiful Arinsal con Pedrosa waterfall, a few meters from the road, where you can park for a short time. It is a small and beautiful place at the entrance to a natural park. We return to the car, go through the tunnel again, and on leaving the tunnel, turn right. The road now climbs. We could have reached the next point by cable car, but we prefer the curves of the mountain roads. The road is quite narrow, but is in good condition. Almost at the end of the road, on the right, you will see the Mirador Roc de la Sabina, the Roc de la Sabina viewpoint, at 1,896 meters above sea level, where you can park. The views of the mountains and nature are splendid, including the natural park nearby. A little farther up the road, just one curve farther up, there is a very large parking lot just above the viewpoints, where the views are also really nice. Once the visit is over, it's time to go down from the Mirador Roc de la Sabina and retrace part of the road. Curves and more curves again, with spectacular views. Be careful not to miss the turn-off to the right in the direction of Pal. When you reach Pal, try to leave your car in a small free parking lot on the left side of the road. You will walk up to another jewel of the Andorra Romanesque art, the Church of San Climent de Pal, an 11th century temple that, like other churches in Andorra, is open for guided tours during the months of July and August. The temple is so beautiful that it is worth climbing up to it, even if it's closed. Once the visit is over, continue driving up the road to the Pal Arinsal Bike Park, a large amusement park in the mountains. Although it has several attractions for children, the park focuses on mountain trails for mountain bike lovers. Take the opportunity to have a look around. Parking at the park is free, and on one side of the parking lot there are spectacular views of several Andorran valleys. The last part of the day will take us to the Col de la Botella, more than 2,000 meters above sea level. When you reach the Col de la Botella, keep driving. Don't pay too much attention to the signs warning of the bad state of the road, it is in good condition, and continue for less than a minute until you find a space on the right where you can park and put an end to the day's road trip. In front of you, the art installation Tempest in a Teacup, which symbolizes the magic in the forces of nature and turns a big problem in a small context into a small problem in a big context. Below, incredible views of the valleys of Andorra. A delightful way to finish in contact with nature, the third of the 3 road trips in Andorra, the country of the Pyrenees. As always, if you have any questions about the content of the video, take advantage of the commentary box to ask. On the screen you will see now the list of videos we have already published on the channel dedicated to Andorra. Lots of information to prepare a perfect visit to the country. We are waiting for you in those videos.